Hey everybody, you're watching CAD Roll Hunter. We've got a box of Canadian quarters and we've got an album that has some spaces to fill. We only have 6 of the 17 silver spots in here. Can we find silver in this box to make progress? Stay tuned. Hey everybody, this is James and you're watching my channel CAD Roll Hunter. I've got a brand new box of quarters here. Opening it all up, and it looks like we've got mostly customer wrapped rolls. We have some machine wrapped rolls. These are probably alloy recovery program rolls. We might not find any silver, but we can still find some colorized quarters because we've got lots of interesting things to look for in Canadian quarters. We're trying to fill our Lighthouse Vista album, and we have 148 of 171 spots filled, so we're making really good progress, but there's lots of empty spaces on this page here that holds silver. We want to find some older stuff so we can get some silver spots filled in that. All right, well, we're going to have to dig into this box and see what we can find. My first thought when I saw this was like, oh goodness, this looks like something I would have hunted, because I tend to put my rows very orderly like this when I fill my boxes back up and send them to the bank. But I don't have, I never really get these mint wrap rolls. So I think what happens is the teller has put 5 bundles of 10 that were all in the same wrapper, just took one out and put it here, took one out, put it here. So it looks like we're probably going to do okay, I would hope anyway, and we're going to just start with one and we're going to go from there. Now, most of the time when I find these machine wrapped rolls here in Canada, which I tend to try to avoid, it's usually because they are from Canada's alloy recovery program. It's a program the Royal Canadian Mint runs, and when coins are returned to the bank, they go back to the mint and they separate out all of the precious metals and semi-precious metals, essentially any nickel, any copper, any silver. The only thing that gets returned are modern steel coins. That's how the alloy recovery program works. So usually I steer away from them, but in this case, we do not have alloy recovery program coins, because when I looked in here, I could see a US Edge. These would all be pulled out of there as well. This is a 2003 state quarter from Alabama. And I thought I saw an older Edge in there, so I'll come to it when I find it. But we have a King Charles III 2023. This is my first 2023 quarter in circulation that I found. This one looks like it has a tiny little scratch. Hopefully we'll find some more, but that's actually an encouraging sign, because we have 10 of these rolls and I thought they might be a bust, but who knows what we're going to find in here. It looks like there may be some older stuff after all. Here's the older Edge I mentioned seeing before. It's just more worn than the rest. It's a 1968, and we have to check it with our magnet, because 1968s were both nickel and silver. This one's magnetic. It's stuck to the magnet. So this is nickel. We're not going to keep it, but we got to check every 68 because you never know. We want to find silver, of course. The other thing we want to find, of course, are colorized quarters, and we're going to find one in here too. It's got some gunk on the top, but this is a 2006. When we flip it, it's going to be that breast cancer research one, and it's in really nice condition. If I can get that gunk off, which it looks like I can. Awesome. Roll number 4, we're going to find another colorized one, another 2006. This one is really, really plentiful. So we're going to expect to find more of these and the 2004 poppies than any of the other colorized ones, but we'll take it. We'll put some color on the board. That's 2 in 4 rolls. That's a good pace so far. I just started going through roll number 5. It's the first of these striped customer wrap rolls. And the thing that struck me right off the bat is that they are all 2002 so far and circulated. So the date on this is on the obverse, the double date, 1952 to 2002. That's the 50th anniversary of the Queen's reign. They're not in uncirculated condition, but that suggests to me that this roll, and hopefully others, might be part of somebody's collection, somebody who just was holding on to commemoratives perhaps. So we might have a collection dump. None of these are in great condition, as you can see, and I wouldn't keep any of them. They're just in average circulated condition. It's very strange. So remains to be seen if there might be anything good. Even if this is a collection dump, it's not very interesting so far, because these are just average circulated coins. Weird. And of course, just as I was turning my camera off, I noticed this one is not a 2002. This one is a 2008. But then so far the rest continue to be 2002. That is also bizarre. Well, I just laid out roll number 6, and so far it looks like it might all be Olympic coins. So this is very definitely somebody throwing back some of their collection. I'll look through, I'll let you know if any of them actually appear to be brilliant uncirculated, because the last roll is definitely all circulated. So all circulated Olympic coins, and this is the only one that I would consider to be in uncirculated condition. There was also one 2002 in there and another random 2008. Roll number 8, here is a nice one. This is a Cindy Clausen commemorative. Looks to be in really nice condition. This one from 2009, just slight circulation on that one. We'll set it aside for now. We can also find this one in a colorized version with that maple leaf all red, which is a great one to find. Roll 9, we're going to have a commemorative. I can already tell it's going to be the 2015 Poppy because of the obverse, but the question is it going to be that beautiful, big, full-colored one? And it isn't, but it's still a beautiful coin. That's the 2015 Remembrance Day Poppy. Remember, souvenir. Same roll, there's a Nova Scotia commemorative from 1992, and I see we're going to get another one of these Olympic ones. This one is the men's hockey from 2002. Again, another one we could find in a colorized version. This one has a bit of the ring of death on it. It's going back. So here is our third colorized coin, and I mentioned this earlier. This is the 2004 Remembrance Day Poppy, and it is also very plentiful. This is the next most common one we're going to find. This is the first circulating colorized coin in the world, and of course, obviously in Canada. So roll number 15 is going to be another one of these striped rolls from this bunch in the middle here. And it looks like we are going to have something interesting. It looks like they are all 1973 RCMP commemoratives. And they all look, if I keep going back, yeah, it looks like it. So I'm going to be looking for two things. One, any that are in really nice condition. That's possible, of course, I'll keep those. Secondly, can we find one of these here, if we've truly got 40 RCMP quarters, that might be the really rare large bust variety that I've never ever found before? We'll take a look at one and see what we've got here. So here this is under the scope, and there are two things we're looking for. First of all, we can see this is a pretty heavily circulated coin, lots of marks on it. The things we're looking for is how far the beads are from the rim. The large bust, these beads are tucked up right by the rim. The bust, of course, is larger than the small bust, but it's really hard to tell. It's easier to see by the beads and also the detail in the hair. There's plenty of detail here. There's not a lot of detail at the top of the Queen's head here in the large bust. And of course, you can always compare to a 1972, because that 73 large bust will have the same obverse as the 1972. Really hard to come by. It's a valuable coin. I've never found one, but we got 40 chances here. The first one, of course, not what we're looking for. So no large bust in there, and all circulated in pretty much terrible condition, but I did find a few nicer ones though, I will say. So check this one out here. That one is pretty nice. And check out this guy here. You'll see that is also pretty nice. I'll flip it over. So not completely uncirculated, but much nicer than most of the rest of them. Roll number 16 looks like it might be more Olympic coins, though. These ones look like there might be some nicer ones in here. However, I saw some dark copper edges, and there's at least a couple of Americans in here, which is a little unusual. Let's see what we got here. We got a 1980, and there was another one back here that I saw that, well, I'm going to lose track of it now. I'll go through these. I'll tell you what that one might be, and we'll see if there are any really nice ones in here. So far, that roll is mostly Olympics, but some other commemoratives mixed in, and we got another colorized one. This is the 2008 Color Poppy, very similar to the 2004, also in honor of Remembrance Day. And here's that other American right towards the end of the roll. This one here is a 2000 South Carolina State Quarter, this one out of Denver. Just at the end of roll number 19, we're going to get a lower mintage. It's a 1983. This is in terrible shape. It's not worth keeping at all, but just want to highlight this is a year where there was much less minted than normal years. 1983, it's not as low mintage as the 1970, and certainly not as low mintage as the 1991 at just 459,000. But one to keep your eye open for. You'll want to find one that is in much nicer condition than this one. This is just going back. Roll 23 is going to give us our 5th colorized coin, and it's our 3rd pink ribbon. We're at the halfway point. Roll number 25 is another one of these collection dump rolls here. And we've got an edge here that I think might be silver. It's just different enough. It's just at the end, the 3rd one. I'm going to flip it down. We're going to take a peek here, and you can see the difference in color. There's a commemorative here, another one of those poppies. And for sure, this is a 1965. We have 80% Canadian silver in there. So we've got 5 more of these rolls to go. And if this is a collection dump, could there be more silver? And it kind of makes me wonder, did somebody just roll up someone's collection and take it in? Because a collector would know that this is a silver quarter. But that's awesome. 80% silver in the roll. Sweet. And I don't want to give too much away, but that is a spot that is open in the album. So we've got an album filler, and that's really cool. So really interesting. Nothing worth keeping in that. All just circulated commemoratives, mostly Olympics, a handful of other ones in here, but nothing in really great shape, and a few that were actually in pretty terrible condition. Roll 26, more circulated commemoratives and a few odds and ends here. For instance, this 1986 was in here. There was even a shiny 2021. But we're going to have more color. It is the Orca from the Legendary Nature series. This is 2011. More color for the board. Sweet. And a couple more noteworthy finds in that roll. One more color pink ribbon. And then a pretty nice Olympic. This is a 2009 sledge hockey. Roll 29, there's our 2nd King Charles III. We're going to have to check it, though, because the 2024s are out now, and this is the 2023. This one already shows some light signs of circulation. And 2 coins later, there's a beauty. There is a 2010 double poppy, and it looks to be in excellent shape. We'll flip it over, and it is indeed. That is just a gorgeous coin. Look at how that color just pops. Roll 33, there is our 4th American. Looks to be a pretty nice 2005 state quarter from Minnesota. This one out of Philadelphia. Roll 35, and it looks like we're going to have more Olympics. Hopefully, maybe we'll find something else cool in this roll too. So an edge check tells me there's at least going to be an American in there, but I don't see any silver this time around. So we got a 1999 Pennsylvania state quarter in there out of Philadelphia, but otherwise, just more circulated commemoratives and some odds and ends, just some more modern coins too. So roll 36, I think, is going to give us our 2nd silver. There is a pretty white edge right here by my thumb, and another American. We'll throw this down here and we'll take a peek. And that is a 1947 Maple Leaf. I think this is the oldest silver that I've ever found in quarters. This is King George VI. Check it out. King George VI, old Canadian silver, 80% silver. And the Maple Leaf behind the 7 tells us that this was minted in 1948. They were waiting for updated dies. George was no longer the Emperor of India, as the legend said, so when they needed more coins, they were still waiting for the dies from the Royal Mint in England, and they printed them with a maple leaf. That is awesome. Old Canadian silver 1947 Maple Leaf. Sweet. And our U.S. quarter is from Philadelphia, and I suspect all of them have been state quarters. And this one's no different, 1999 Pennsylvania. So this collector was collecting commemoratives and apparently old silver and other things. And so they were holding on to their U.S. commemoratives as well. Roll number 38, we're going to get some more color. It's another 2006 pink ribbon. Check that out. Roll 39, we got another one. This is our 6th pink ribbon. Same roll, we got more color. There's another one. There's a 2012 Sir Isaac Brock War of 1812. And that is a pretty sweet little find in a roll of quarters for sure. I just laid down roll number 43, and we've got a 1992 provincial coin. This is the New Brunswick, and there were 12 coins issued that year, one each month. New Brunswick was the first one, And it's also the lowest minted. This one here is pretty circulated, so it has been out there. Oftentimes we can find these in nice shape because they've been kept away by collectors as they are commemoratives and they were interesting to hold on to and different. This one has the Ring of Death. It looks like a couple times over. It's not worth keeping, but it's a good one to see out there. A little bit further back, we've got our third King Charles III quarter. This one also a 2023, and that is a beautiful coin. Roll 44 is going to have another American, but this time it's going to be a new one. This is a Wilma Mankiller from the American Women's Series, 2022, and this is out of Philadelphia, and that's a nice looking coin. And at the very back of that roll is going to be our fourth King Charles, also from 2023. Roll 45, it's another one of these collection dump rolls. And when I started looking into the roll here, we got a bunch of these 2005 Year of the Veteran. And that was really nice. But check it out. We've got some color here. And I kind of wonder if these might be different commemoratives and do we have more color? This is a Tecumseh War of 1812. And there's another one right behind it. So we're going to take a look together and see what we've got. There's another third color in that roll. And for all Tecumseh, this one looks to be the nicest one. And a bunch of these 2005s. And we've stumbled upon a color dump. That's pretty awesome. And so far, all Tecumseh. Very interesting. I'm going to sort through the rest of this and see what we end up with. Well, that one roll just significantly increased our color haul. We got 17 of these Tecumseh colorized War of 1812. We only got one non-color that was worth keeping. This one's beautiful. There were a few others in there, the non-colorized version, but they were all very circulated. And we got a couple more of the Orca too. So nice little haul. We've got one more of those rolls from that collection dump. Could we get more silver? Are we going to get more color? We'll find out in just a second. Well, no silver in that one, and it looks like we're going to end right where we began with more of these 2002 commemoratives. Doesn't look like there's been anything in here that's really been worth keeping yet, but that was really interesting. Now, of course, it makes me wonder if there were more of these rolls at the bank, but it's actually been a few weeks since I picked up this box. I just hadn't had a chance to actually get into it. It makes me wonder because there are several more varieties of these 1812 colors. Did they only take these ones back? Or are there other rolls that got returned that have all the rest of their goodies? I think it might be a little bit too late, but I might just pay a visit to the bank and just see what they have. So I've just laid down roll 50 and there's no sign of silver. I'm not going to complain though, because we got some pretty awesome silver, including some very old silver, older than I'd have ever found in quarters. So we'll take a look through this last roll. If there's nothing here, we'll do a wrap up. If there is, I'll bring you right in. So that's it for 50 rolls. We didn't find anything in that last roll, but it was a pretty incredible box. Very interesting, diverse, I would say. Some of those rolls didn't have much going on, and some were obviously a collection dump. We ended up with 6 foreign coins. Those were all from the United States of America. We didn't get anything else from any other countries. We ended up getting 30 colorized coins, and I think that might be my own record, and that's really thanks to getting 17 Tecumseh color all in a single roll. Crazy. I've never come across that before. But we did get the 04 Poppy. We got the 2006 Pink Ribbon. We got the 2008 Poppy. We got the 2010 Double Poppy. We got 3 of those color Orcas. We got another one of the War of 1812 from 2012. That was the Sir Isaac Brock. We got a bunch of other commemoratives that look pretty nice. We got some nice 1973s in really nice shape. Some Olympics. There's a Cindy Clausen from 2009. A couple of others, a Tecumseh non-color, that Poppy. And I got some Caribous that I thought were pretty nice, particularly some of the recent years, 21 and 22. And we got a few, actually probably 4 King Charles III, but I hadn't been keeping any of these newer ones. So if I want to do any trades with anybody, I best get some really nice examples. But the best things we found in this hunt was silver. We didn't just get one, we got 2. So Starting off here, we got this 1965, and I hinted to it. I know this is going to fill a spot in the album, so we know we're making progress today. But the crazy cool find, one I've never found in a box, is a King George VI. This is from 1947. It's got that maple leaf, so we know it was minted in 1948. This is the kind of thing I might get in my junk silver purchases. It's actually in not terrible shape considering how old it is. But that is an awesome find in a box of Canadian quarters. I've never found a King George VI in quarters. So that was a really cool first for me. So looking through the album, which is getting pretty full now, we did fill 2 spots. We filled one of the oldest, this 1965. And this album only goes to 1953. So we don't even have a spot for that 1947 maple leaf to fill. So be it. We'll be happy that we filled at least one of the spots in this album. I think what I might do is put that 47 maple leaf in the back of this. We've got some empty slots because I think it's worth keeping in here. I don't know when we're going to get another one. So we're going to put that in here anyway. And we filled in one of the newest spots in here, one of the unlabeled spots we found in 2023 with King Charles III. So previously we were sitting at 148 of 171 with 6 of 17 silver. We're going to have to up this to 150 of 172 when we add that 2023. We've got 7 of 17 silver, and we've got that bonus silver that I will get in there as well, that 1947 maple leaf. That is just incredible. I hope you enjoyed this video, this quarter hunt, Canadian quarters and album fill. If you did, please give the video a like. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, Cateroll Hunter, please do that now. We've got videos coming out all the time. And if you watched this video up until now, I think you'll enjoy my other content. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again next time. The sponsors of today's video are Lighthouse Canada and the Charlton Press. Lighthouse Canada is the leading supplier of high-quality numismatic supplies in Canada, and the Charlton Press is the leading publisher of coin and paper money catalogs and price guides for Canadian collectors. Go check out their online stores today and use the exclusive discount code CRH20 for 20% off all your purchases.